Welcome to 4G 1G. Our dad told us we have to include an intro for when there are multiple parts for one podcast, so I'm here to tell you this is part 3 in our MHA series. Look out for our pod on season 8 coming to a recommended page near you. Now on with the show.
Another issue that we have kind of gone on again and off again between praising My Hero Academia and criticizing My Hero Academia. I think this part will mainly be criticizing how, well, the majority of the female supersuits is mainly for fan service. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I think the most egregious example, what would you say? Would you guys say it's Midnight or what?
Well, actually,
No.
I think it's Momo.
No, wait. It's Momo for
It's
sure.
Momo, because
It's Momo.
Momo's a child. I'd say that with Midnight, when she was a kid herself, that's pretty egregious.
Yeah, that was really bad. It was really, really bad. Sniper clothes!
No, that was worse than Momo's, actually, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
And how the creators oftentimes they try to make excuses as to why their clothes are this way. And with Momo and Midnight, it was because they needed their skin to be exposed so that for Momo, the objects that she creates could go through her skin without any hindrance, and with Midnight so that the vapor or whatever that comes out of her skin can actually be released.
And then you have characters like Mirio, where their supersuit is made out of their DNA. Like in Mirio's case, it's his hair, so he's able to phase through things with his supersuit.
Yeah.
You know, because for him, you know, when he phases through things, unfortunately, his clothes usually go, which I don't like it, but it makes sense because of the fact that, you know, he actually has to, because it's not like his clothes are going to go through. Although I do think that UA should give him some underwear. It's like a set of underwear for him to wear on campus.
Why
he
haven't
can
they
just,
done that?
You know, doesn't have to worry about streaking, basically.
Yeah. And it's like, I know that there is fan service with the boys and the girls, but with the girls, it's
There's less excuse.
there's a less excuse for it, because with Momo, it's like you said with Mirio's costume, with how the same thing could have been applied to her as well. She could have had a full body costume that looks awesome, where everything that she makes could just phase through it. And with Midnight, they were just saying, oh, it's in her personality, you know, she's free, she's rambunctious and stuff like that.
I think there's a different adjective you could use, but okay.
Yeah, and she wants to, you know, change the public perception of overexposure in female I almost said athletes. And female
That's another topic for a different podcast.
heroes. I know, right? And female heroes' costumes. But she was 18 or 17 or something like that when she said this.
17.
Like,
I
you
mean,
can't...
The good is like, it kind of worked.
Because of
Because
her.
it's just like, yeah, it was Operation Cover Up.
Yeah, it was Operation Cover Up. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. In regards to like those other costumes, it just makes me wonder what the reaction of like your, you know, Joe bank robber would be if confronted with that. Like,
Take pictures.
What the heck? Say that, or
He
just
would
like,
take
wait,
pictures.
It's just like, wait, what the heck are you? What the heck are you wearing?
Maybe that's the idea. Leave him discombobulated enough to get mollywopped and subsequently incapacitated.
Are you making excuses for the overexposure?
No, we're just trying to rationalize it. It's very hard.
Yeah, because if she moves the wrong way, everything's falling out.
It's like Janet Jackson. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I literally just remembered that was the thing itself.
Yeah, or I think
that was aided by Justin Timberlake by accident.
What was it?
There was at one point, yes.
That's rough.
And then somehow, like, she ends up getting the brunt of most of the criticism, and not Justin Timberlake.
Like what?
Well, was it an accident?
It was an accident. Yes, it was an accident. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, nobody should be getting the brunt of anything if it was an accident.
Except for the
everyone
costume
should
design.
be embarrassed for them.
Except for the costume design. But anyway.
But anyway,
moving
I
on.
think something you mentioned. What was it? That if a bullet hits you literally anywhere in your body, you're gonna bleed out and die.
Well, it's not just a bullet. It's like debris, like shrapnel or glass
I
or
am
any
surprised.
any sharp thing that ends up like coming in her direction or or just like anybody's direction, and they're like exposed like that. Then it's not going to be a good ending.
You know,
Yeah.
increment weather would also be a pretty
Guys,
pretty significant disadvantage.
Give me that. The only thing
Yeah, it would be.
with the like the winter thing, that arc or whatever. The only thing that Midnight had, Momo had to cover herself up was a cape.
A cloak.
Cloak or whatever. Like what?
Yeah, so
her legs and her midsection and like the inner
Arms.
part of her chest and her arms and stuff was all exposed to the elements. How was she not freezing?
Yeah, I mean, like if you're
Part
like
of
if you're
the
like,
quirk. It's part of the quirk.
don't do it, don't do it.
I'm just amazed. Like even they didn't care.
Yeah, I mean, like
No, they don't care.
No, they don't care.
Yeah, but like, speaking as like a track athlete, I think we could like all agree with this. Is like doing the high school meets in like the spring. Spring is like isn't a proper word for it. It could be like 40 degrees or something. It can be miserable. I can barely run without wearing like Under Armour underneath the actual.
Even then, we're
thing.
still freezing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, even
bad.
then-
Granted, we live in Washington, but
And it's wet.
It's wet, and it's cold, and it's dark, and it's freezing.
It's summer
But
now, so it's pretty nice.
It
Yeah,
is-
it's
it
really
is
nice.
quite
But
nice.
this is like March we're talking about.
But
Oh, yeah.
in Japan, like when it's winter
Oh.
there, it is winter.
And when it's summer, it is summer.
Yeah. So it's-
actually, can I see that? I want to see what the temperature is like. It's 87 degrees. Is it 87 degrees?
82 degrees, I think.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at the
And
thermometer
I have
thing.
to, I'm going to have to
that's
look up
87.
what all of the
Holy crap.
changes to the kids' costumes were, but I think they all were kind of stupid. But the girls, the only things they added were cloaks and furs, and it didn't even cover them. So,
Yeah.
Nope.
That's more than we can say for them what Hagakure got.
Oh Lord! I didn't even think. I didn't even
When
think
I
about that.
learned-
You know what? Actually,
Yeah, yeah.
that makes sense. I forgot about Hagakure.
when I learned that she actually isn't wearing anything but boots and gloves,
Yeah, I was there.
I know you were.
Her
The whole
reactions in the
time.
credits, and when I showed all the students, and then for Hagakure, it was just her from the shoulders up, and because everyone was wearing their super suits, but Hagakure,
Yeah, it's like,
I was like,
Like, Violet.
You're like, wait, what was that?
Violet from The Incredibles. She Edna made her thing for her. So
full body freaking coverage.
Yeah. I mean, it was tricky,
'Cause
but
she's
she was
what,
able.
15?
Yeah, she's tricky, but she was able to do it, of course, because Edna
Edna
mode.
mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like they're like Edna Mode's the costumes she gave to the superheroes. They were exquisite,
And functional.
functional,
Iconic.
efficient, iconic, and no capes. That was another bit.
Yeah, no capes.
But it's like some of these like the designers in the My Academia universe have got to get reference from her or
Yeah.
like someone like her so that they can know how to do things better and do things for their heroes better.
So it could be like you take some tights, you give it a nice pattern, and put stuff on top of it, like armor or whatnot.
Yeah.
It all begins with a proper, what's it called, a bodysuit or
Bodysuit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
a bodysuit and patterns. Then you just add stuff on top of it. That's been the tried and true superhero method for generations.
Ain't that how it goes?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Edna's super suits are kind of invulnerable anyway. So it's like if you shoot a gun at those
but
super
it breathes
suits.
like Egyptian cotton.
Yeah.
And machine washable, darling. That's a new feature.
Yeah. The thing is, with all of the girls in My Academia, it's like.
Except for Lady Nagant.
Yeah, that's why
Except
she's a
Lady
breath of
Gaga,
fresh
because,
air.
Yeah,
Yeah, she is. With all of the girls, they pretty much act like the girls don't care at all about like exposing their bodies,
Even though they're 15.
even though they're only 15 years old.
Now, you're the only one among us who has the experience of being a 15-year-old girl. So.
Is it about as bad as being a 15-year-old boy?
What? Is what?
You said the only experience about being a 15-year-old girl.
It's worse. I think it might be a little worse. I mean, I can only think of like from my point of view,
Right.
but only because there are a few other implements that are added.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna get into that.
We're not
though.
gonna get it.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
You're so focused.
We're not gonna get into that. But there are more hormones. Estrogen is a real. Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, but anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, the hormones are just going all out of whack because of a few other things, and the emotions are like at an all-time high, and it's just not a great time, and nobody likes remembering when they were 12 through 15.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good time, and I didn't like it for myself very much.
I just spent those years practicing jumping and just feeding the dogs and doing pull-ups.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I should have done that. I think I did some of that.
No, you did some. Yeah, you did some of
I
that.
did.
You did good.
I don't really remember those years.
Yeah. Anyway.
But anyway, it doesn't make sense to me why some of those girls weren't worrying about any of those things. It just makes it less realistic.
The only one that kind of makes sense for is like Mirko, but that's because she's kicking the crap out of everything.
Yeah, she
So-
doesn't care about
Yeah.
conforming to some societal beauty standards. She just wants to be able to mollywop everyone that tries to commit crimes.
Yeah, but also she's a grown woman.
She's a grown woman,
Yeah.
and she's basically,
different.
and she's a freaking athlete.
She's
so,
literally
I
27.
mean, so the fact
Yeah.
that she has that outfit and she's like ripped to shreds, she's beating people up. I mean, that's. How do we feel about Mirko's outfit? Actually, it's fine. I think it's
I
fine.
feel like her
It's
outfit.
fine.
She's 27 years old. She can wear what she wants, and also she doesn't just like she flaunts her muscles.
Yeah, it's not like
It's a
Midnight
muscle
where
thing.
she rips. It's not like Midnight.
Yeah,
thing.
it's a muscle thing. You know,
Uh-huh.
it's like Mama says that it's always better when people compliment you for like how awesome your arms
How
look,
ja- how
like,
jacked you are.
how chiseled your triceps and your biceps and your lats are and stuff like that.
Yeah, that
or
makes sense,
about
Mama.
how awesome your hamstrings look, and you know how you have that like that slope or whatever with your legs now because of your leg muscles and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
Mama
better-
knows what she's talking about.
yeah, it's better when you get
definitely.
compliments from that than things that you don't really have any control over,
Yeah.
like, you know, the growth of your chest if you're a woman,
Right.
you know? So it's like you didn't do anything with those. It just happened. They just grew by themselves.
It just happens.
And then, it just happens. Yeah, go figure. But with muscles, it's like
put-
You work
gotta
for- you
put-
work
gotta
for that.
put
with
the
men
work
and
in,
women,
yeah.
you have to work for it. You have to work a little harder as a woman, though.
Yeah.
You know, because your body just
It's fighting you.
no, your body thinks that every month you're gonna get pregnant.
Every month.
Well, it's like not every single month, but you know what I mean. And it's just a uphill battle. But you know, things get better when you're in your early 20s, and you know you lose the baby fat, and you just you can get jacked much easier.
You can there.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Wow, this has been an enlightening conversation.
Do we talk about the female characters' character arcs or lack thereof yet?
Let's go over that real quick.
Start with Ochako's.
Yeah.
So she started
They
out
dropped
good.
the ball.
She started out with how she wants, like, I was just thinking about this the other day, about how she, when she was a little girl, she was looking at the reactions of the people around her with how happy they were and relieved they were to be safe, you know, and to have been saved by a hero, and how she wanted to give that happiness and that sense of security to other people. And that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And it also makes sense with how hard she's been working to be able to achieve, you know, that to be at that level where she can protect other people. But it kind of morphs into her idolizing Izuku,
Uh-huh.
you know, and where she's not thinking about how, like, where she wants to get herself, like, as Ochako Uraraka. You know, she's thinking about what would Deku do, you know, how can I be like Deku?
No, you're not saying it right.
How can I be like Deku? Deku's so awesome, and he's so cute, and he can kick really good. Like, it was cute at first.
It
It's
was
not
cute
cute
first.
anymore.
It got low grading.
I think the main problem is the fact that, granted, Deku is kind of an inspirational force for most of the characters.
That's a good
especially-
quality for
Yeah,
protagonist.
it's a good
Yeah, it's a
quality.
great quality.
It is.
It's and I really like how it's something that he picked up from All Might. The caveat
He is not your god.
Yeah,
Okay?
I was gonna say the caveat is that those other characters don't bring that up as much as Ochako inevitably
She brings
does.
it up a lot.
She just brings it up a whole lot.
She was just diluted down to the love interest.
Yeah, and again, her role in the sports festival was just so freaking great. But they just instead of like building on that, they just sort of left. They just sort of left
Yeah,
it
they
abandoned.
they just let it go, you know, and then
No, come back!
yeah,
Come back!
it's like that.
I was gonna do my musical, the stage musical Deku scream.
You're very good at that. Okay, Mista.
I was going to say there's actually one other character who does talk about Deku a lot, but it's in the exact opposite way, and it's Bakugo.
That's actually hilarious.
That's
I think one funny thing about that whole thing, just really quickly, is how Izuku's so busy with his things that he doesn't have time for Bakugo or to deal with Bakugo anymore.
I love that.
Yeah.
I wish they kept it up.
But yeah,
And the points with when,
Yeah.
again, seasons 2 and 3, when they do have to work together, they're kind of always at odds, which is to say that Bakugo starts fights, and then Deku is just like, will you just shut up already? I'm trying to help you! What do you want, Gotcha? Man, we gotta find that thing again.
Yeah.
It's like, it's out there.
I
It's
found
it's all out there.
yeah, it's somewhere on TikTok. I found it on Pinterest, so I don't even know where it is anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, so as far as Uraraka's arc goes, and then there was also the initial thing that she told Deku and Tenya how she wanted to become a hero so she'll be able to make money to help her parents
That's
out
another
too.
one. I forgot about that.
So that what's another one? What's this, another one? It could be interesting how she started out with that whole thing with how heroes make people safe, and then she's like, hey, I could also use this to help my parents. I not only help other people. I can help my parents. We'll be able to set them up in a nice place. We'll be able to help other people. That's great.
Yeah.
Which honestly, yeah, that sounds like a great deal.
Yeah.
And how I really like how apparently I think when she told Deku and Tenya that Deku said, wait, but you said your parents are in construction, so that means you could use your quirk to easily help things like lifting equipment and that kind of thing. I mean, that sounds great. And Ochako was like, yeah, that's exactly what I told them. But they say they don't want me to be able to follow my own path, so I'm not indebted to working the same thing that they're doing, which. I mean, that's nice, but
But it's like,
Yeah.
with money, you gotta make money. We're poor.
yeah. Also, the running gag of how Ochako's broke is kind of funny.
Yeah. So is she basically broke?
Yeah.
She has like a
phone?
a tiny little flip phone, whereas everyone else has like iPhones and whatnot. Yeah,
I never got that.
yeah, it could have done
detail.
with more of that.
Really
Yeah,
like that.
especially. I don't remember if it actually like shows the students. I think it does, getting their first paycheck with heroing after the work studies. Especially, they should have shown Ochako's reaction because I think it would have been like. Yes!
And there was one little point I think where they first went into the dorm rooms to see what they were like, and everyone was like, "Huh, wow, these are pretty nice." And meanwhile, Ochako was like, "This whole place is bigger than my entire house."
Yeah, I really like that. And with Ochako in the beginning, she was great. And
Yeah.
like now I miss her.
Yeah, me too.
I miss her.
It comes back to the thing I mentioned before. There's only so much you can do with so many characters.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because,
exactly.
like I said before, My Hero Academia, it has a lot of freaking characters that it tries to balance out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the thing that you have to try to do is you have to pick out a few that you want to specifically focus on, be able to give arcs. Like protagonist, antagonist, of course. And since Ochako is the love interest, I mean, you would still want to focus on her. And by the way, I'm not just saying that she's just the love interest. There's nothing wrong with being
Yeah,
that
the
character.
love interest is still a person.
The love interest is still a character, but the goal is that if you can make them more than that, like the protagonist is the most important character, so he wants to stay the protagonist. But like if you make the antagonist more than just an antagonist, like a mirror for the main character, a symbol of like their internal battles and all that, and the love interest is kind of the same way, like the character that not only completes the protagonist but could also like shows that protagonist a different way of how to do things, and the protagonist could show that character a different way to do things, basically working together, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it meshes well.
It meshes well, yeah. So you want to be able to not just serve the role that they are put into play, but you want to be able to be their own character.
Well said.
Thanks.
Well said. I totally agree.
And I think Yajirozu's not that Yajirozu's all of interest because Totomomo isn't canon, although it might as well be.
Like in this house, it is.
In
canon.
every house, I think it is.
You
But
might
love
be
it.
right.
We love it in this house.
Oh man.
They got a lot of integrity.
So
I wish
I
it
mean-
was canon.
I mean, given how much we how the screaming that we did with the thing with Kaminari and
Jiro,
Jiro.
yeah,
Oh, man.
that was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like, come on.
it's your character,
Come
the person
on.
that you want to protect. Think about someone that you want to
Come
protect,
on,
and you're
Jiro.
like, come on, let's see
Jiro.
you. See,
Yeah.
where's your woman? Where's she?
Where's
And
she?
then, yeah!
I try not to associate myself with that side of the fandom
You
too much.
screamed. You
but
screamed,
that being
too.
said, I screamed pretty loudly.
Yeah. We were so hyped.
Yeah,
That was great.
yeah, that was-
and
that was
also,
before the
when
Muriel thing.
Kirishima freaking saved Mina.
yeah, that was really
Oh,
good.
gosh.
Yeah,
That
came out of
but
nowhere.
First of all, the fact that first of all, I'm trying to think about like how I feel about like the other, like some of the other female side characters. Like obviously, I feel like Ochako should have gotten more of it all because she's the love interest character.
I feel like we learned about her the most.
Yeah, so we should have gotten more of an arc from her, and probably Yajirozu as well. But I will say that I really like Mina's great. So
She's
she's fantastic.
But I
She's
wish we
fantastic.
knew a bit more about her.
Yeah, that would be nice.
She's the main character in our hearts.
Yeah.
And one part that I really like with that is how she recognized that guy as the same villain that
That was
threatened
cool.
those students.
Yeah, the Titan.
I was like, whoa, yo, that was him.
Yeah.
And how she kind of froze in the moment, and then Kiyoshima. But it comes back to that whole thing about how she went over to save those students because Ganumakia was menacing them, and then Kiyoshima didn't do anything about it. He was just freaked out, and Mina went to save them.
Yeah.
And then Kiyoshima pays her back by saving her, and it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
It's so good.
no one had a Thunder Spear at the moment, but still, it was great.
But yeah, we got a living Thunder Spear.
She was this close
Yeah.
to death.
Uh-huh.
Maybe even closer.
That was terrifying.
That was such a great scene.
Hey, that goes into the thing I was talking about again, the whole David versus Goliath thing, where he's like, there was no possible way the scoop of high school kids are gonna be able to fight a freaking Titan.
And they couldn't. He got away.
No, they couldn't. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And but that was able to
Valiant
pay it
effort.
off in the final part of the battle when Endeavor was fighting him. When it took like 2 hours or something for the whole for the drug
Yeah,
it might have been 3 hours. But it took a long time for the drug to actually work.
They didn't even have ODM gear.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
It was wild.
And Dobby was shooting fire at them and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
He was more active than he'd ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
And let's see. Is there anything else? I suppose we could touch on. We already talked about Toga quite a bit, though, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
She's very good.
Dr. Kuraki should have gotten her like a bodysuit that she could have worn.
Maybe he's a creepy old man, Zip.
That is not an excuse. He's also a scientist.
Maybe he just said, about the material that they could have used. We're out.
What do you mean we're out? Just cut some of her hair or something. Get her like
I
skin
lost
shavings, blood or something. She loves blood. I think
lost
she'll be
my-
thrilled to see some of hers.
I lost my scissors. I don't have my scissors. Yeah, I lost the key where I keep my syringes.
No, you're a doctor. I saw syringes, and you were torturing somebody 30 minutes ago, and you had syringes and scissors.
No, I didn't.
All he does is shrug, like,
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. And don't pretend you're going senile, old man.
who are you, kid?
Who do you think would be saying all this?
I don't know, man. Okay.
All right, to go back to what I said about having a lot of thoughts on how Midnight's death was handled, as time went on and I learned more and more about the circumstance behind it, I got angry,
You got
to
mad.
say the least. Starting with how she was grievously mauled by a pack of anonymous ne'er-do-wells instead of dying on screen after an intense, protracted struggle, like Sir Night-Eye and Twice did, for instance. They died at the hands of characters that we were well informed on beforehand. In this case, Overhaul and Hawks, respectively. Also, I checked the wiki, and those ruffians that were involved in Midnight's death, namely the gas mask wearing guy, he's still not named. Neither him nor Baggo Claw Arms, who was there. We're probably going to insert some images in the animatic so you know who they are.
But yeah, my issue with that is that it's not that they were like unnamed, but it's at least have one guy be someone who's like important to like, I don't know, the Meta Liberation Army or something like that, who like showed up earlier. So it'd be like, oh crap, she's got to fight this guy.
You know what would have been interesting? Spinner probably should have been the one to finish her off.
Oh, that probably that would have been good.
Yeah, carrying on the hero killer's legacy. Like the only way to be able to actually do it is by killing a hero. And the first hero that he kills would be a teacher who is trying to keep his students safe. So what's the
point in that case?
And
right?
what the heck is a good? How could that be considered a good noble act?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait, what's Spinner?
He was on Gigantomachia.
And furthermore, with the circumstances of, say, Exless and Crust's deaths,
wait, who's
Who?
Exless again?
There were a couple.
they got dusted by Shigaraki.
Okay.
They met their ends at the hands of boss mode Shigaraki, also on screen. And we had only known the latter for a little over a season, and this is our first time meeting the former. Whereas we knew Midnight for pretty much the entire series. And now would be a bad time to bring up the fact that Night-Eye, Twice, Exless, and Crust is that what they have in common is that they're all male. Midnight so far is the only woman to have perished during the series. Well, apart from Curious in the previous season, that is. And we don't even get to see her ultimate move, the full scope of her abilities, or her backstory like how Vigilantes did. And this is after those chapters in Vigilantes were released, so we could have at least seen a feathering of that, even. Also, I fail to see how those injuries that she had been dealt just prior to meeting her end would anyway hinder her from being able to fight those guys off. I mean, have you noticed the brushes with death that a lot of the other characters have had up until that point?
With the invulnerability thing.
A lot more heroes should have died when Shigaraki destroyed the lab and most of the mountain. I mean, given the stakes of if you even touch those cracks or debris from his dust wave, you're dead.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Also, Bakugo got impaled a whole bunch by Shigaraki later, but he walked that off.
Well, he didn't exactly walk it off, but it was like a guy had to unravel. A guy had to like unravel himself.
No,
but,
I wasn't talking about the 7th season. I was talking about the 6th
oh
one.
yeah, that did happen, didn't it? He got a hole blown in the seventh season.
Yeah, right in the chest.
Ow. Zip has a good point about what's it, Lizardo?
Spinner.
Yeah, Spinner finishing her off, like if she has to die, because like some females, like I know I sound like a rapper calling them like
Wait,
some of the
rappers call women females sometimes.
yes. I'm saying it.
I
Like,
don't
it's
listen to a
okay.
lot of rap.
I
I
can
don't
say
know
it
about this.
because I am a female. But anyway, some other women probably should have perished in the series, and I'm not saying because I hate women.
It's just to even it out. It's like
just
with
it has to be evened out.
like what Attack on Titan does. You know,
Exactly.
death doesn't discriminate between sinners and the saints. Takes and all that.
You said it.
And of course, Attack on Titan is a war thing. That being said, as we've seen before, hearing is freaking dangerous, you know. And of course, granted, with Attack on Titan, there are people dying left and right because Titans or war or whatever. But at this point, with the series thing, with an entire city being razed, and then an actual Titan running through a city at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they don't talk about Midnight's death afterwards, you'd think that it would be treated with a lot more significance because, as mentioned before, she's a UA teacher, and the public isn't going to overlook the fact that the villains managed to destroy one of the UA's teachers, especially since they put UA under such scrutiny already, and hero society in general. So...
Quincy, come on. She's a woman.
I knew you were gonna say that.
what the blazes kind
No,
of
it's also about me like,
that?
do it, say it.
Because I was going to if you weren't going to. But yeah, that's basically why, Quincy. Because she was the only woman to die in the series, and she wasn't respected before or after, dying.
Well, I mean, I think other women have died, but I think she might be the only female hero that
During the series.
Apart from Nana Shimura.
Oh, so we're not talking about flashbacks. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about during the actual series. I can think of a few other women who probably could have,
I mean,
during the series.
I think it's like female heroes. What about like that Clue? What was it? What's her name?
Curious?
Curious, yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned her death earlier.
Yeah, like she died. Yeah, and that that counts.
Yeah.
But even she was killed on
But
screen.
and Midnight's like a major character who showed up in multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Although I remember one thing that you said that made this sort of a bit more egregious. So that happens with Midnight, but somehow Gran Torino, I love Gran Torino, but he gets freaking. What the heck happened to him? He
it
looked like his chest exploded.
Yeah,
Wait,
Shigaraki,
huh?
while he's powered up by 100-fold, punches him through the chest. An old man straight through the chest. Into the ground, no less.
Oh, that's what-
And he survives that.
Yeah,
Not only
I
that,
mean-
but he survives in the epilogue.
I think,
What?
Yeah,
Wait, what?
I was gonna say the caveat with that is how he doesn't have if he doesn't show up at all like throughout the rest of the plot, which he doesn't.
Could have just killed them off. I mean, like I said, I love Gran Torino, but that could have also aided in Deku's whole dark hero kind of thing, where
and
he's not
takes
only
up the
motivated by
mantle.
where he's not only motivated by Shigaraki getting away, but his former mentor, his mentor's mentor, was killed by the guy that got away, and then also, of course, he's using Gran Torino's cape, so that could have really added something to it.
Not to mention,
Yeah.
Gran Torino has a bit to do, or at least was there, with the groundwork being laid for the creation of Tomura Shigaraki. Since he was there when Nana Shimura said that she was cutting ties with her son, who is, Shigaraki's father, which caused his whole negative perception of heroes and his mistreatment of Tomura as a kid, and then his death, and then Shigaraki being taken in by All For One.
And then Shigaraki killing Gran Torino. Oh God,
Oh,
that
man,
would be that would be just tragic.
Roll it back.
Basically saying that since Gran Torino was basically there at the very beginning when Nana Shimura told him that in order to keep her son safe, she's got to separate herself from him because all for one and all that.
Yeah.
And then all these years later, her grandson being the one who kills him.
Oh,
They're basically the result of that idea.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just kill him in the plot?
I don't know. I guess Hirokoshi liked him too much.
Well, Horikoshi is
Be very careful what you say next, sister.
Yeah.
Because there's some very passionate fans out there.
This is a really good showing of the complex relationship that we have with this show.
what is the right
Because
word?
Okay, so
inconsistent.
He's inconsistent.
Whew.
He's inconsiderate to like the female characters in general.
yeah.
He's also a bit of a perv, and which I'm sure he knows.
Whoa.
No, And,
Granted, he's a very, very good artist, but as a plotter, he could do with some work and should probably read a few books about it.
on that note, one more thing. Were you done, Quincy?
Well, I just gotta say that I can't help but think that Midnight's death was done for the sake of shock value,
Yeah, that's exactly why.
and also because he was regarded as an expendable fan service character.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Also because Horikoshi was aware of the controversy surrounding her characterization among the fandom, so he decided that the best way to handle that would be to ultimately eliminate her.
See, he gets it, guys.
He understands.
Yeah.
You
So
know-
welcome to the group, Quincy.
Good job, Quincy.
You know, actually,
Oh,
Joyce-
nice to know
You've
that
come
I'm
a lo-
initiated.
You've come a long way.
yeah, you know, I remember hearing one thing that I think was like just a random thing on Reddit that someone said that if there's going to be like another My Hero Academia thing, they could just do like the Death Note thing where they could have Horikoshi like do the art and that sort of thing, but they could have like the Vigilantes author do the writing and that sort of thing. Because as I said before, rereading it, I'm thoroughly impressed by how well written Vigilantes is.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
and the guy apparently watched a bunch of superhero stuff, mainly like Spider-Man 2 and The Dark Knight and that sort of thing.
Respect.
So, yeah,
Atta boy.
yeah, I know, right? So
He's got good taste.
yeah. So if there was to be another thing, that's what they could do.
Totally. Yeah.
So one more thing that I really wanted to touch on is the whole takes place over the course of 1 year.
I would be so exhausted at the end of that year.
Now, I mean, I know sometimes like the stuff is fast paced and you got to do this. Like the stuff in Attack on Titan takes place over the course of 4 months, right?
Yeah, the first 3 seasons.
First 3 seasons take place over the course of 4 months, but
and as for like the first 1.5 seasons, it takes place over the course of like a month, I think, because you have stuff in season 1.
we're discounting the flashback stuff in the first few episodes, by the way.
Yeah, which was over the course of a couple of weeks, I think. And the season 2 starts immediately after season 1. Season 3 is 1 week after season 2 ends, and then the Battle of Shiganshina is about I don't know, was it 2 or 3 months after all of that. So they're able to rest a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about it where it actually feels like that's the right amount of time, though.
Yeah, I agree.
agree.
Because like as soon
It's war.
as you know the gate is destroyed again by what's his name, Bartholomew
Barista.
Barry. Yeah, it's destroyed by
Barbecue.
Benadryl.
Birth control.
Destroyed by the big kahuna.
Birch
But
tree.
it's destroyed by the big kahuna. Then he becomes a founding titan. Naturally, things start moving very, very fast, which makes sense. However, this is a school year, and when we first watched it, I kind of expected it to do like a Harry Potter kind of thing, where it's each year.
Yeah.
Especially when we hear that they only have 3 years, so that's kind of what we expected.
Mhm. And you can make 1 year be what would it be? 1 season or 2?
Let's say considering the stuff, it will probably be 2 seasons.
Yeah,
in
2
that
seasons.
case.
1. Yeah, that would give him 6 whole seasons.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Either that or 2 or 3 arcs, depending with the whole manga thing, since it starts out that way.
Yeah.
Hey, what you're proposing, Xavier, that's kind of like what Star Wars The Clone Wars does, doing a year for every 2 seasons.
Is that what it does?
Yeah, Clone Wars takes place over the course of 3 years, so the most natural way to take care of that would be to have 2 seasons per every year, or however the 7th season does it in the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I was going to say, it takes place over the course of like a few months. And then, of course, for the last arc is, well, it's over.
It's all over, yeah.
But yeah, we can all agree that if we experienced all that they had in 1 year, we would want to just fall asleep and
Yeah, I just do a
not
Zuko.
wake up for a long time.
Yeah, I just do a Zuko, climb up to the tallest peak, and then I basically yell at then I basically yell at
Strike me
strike
down!"
me! You never held back before! Ah!
You know, it's funny
Exactly.
because we're coming off the heels of an extremely eventful and packed and busy year, starting from September, of course. And I already feel like I'm going to pass out
Yeah.
at any moment.
It's like, yeah.
If I was, so I'd probably like dissolve into LCL if I was in if all the stuff that happened
Apple
in
juice.
here.
Apple juice.
Well, orange juice flutter. But if I was in their place, that's all I'll say.
I concur.
Yeah, anyway, so,
Last question. Why so popular?
yeah, so I think in the end, why is this still so popular? With even though with all of its great parts, not so great parts, with all of its flaws and its heights and all that, why is it so nevertheless popular? And why, even though we have a complicated relationship with it, why do we still we still like it? We don't love it, we don't hate it, but we like it and we like talking about it. So why?
And one really interesting thing that I find is how apparently the people who watch it like overall, either casually or as like rabid fans, have sort of had this similar sort of thing of dropping the series initially, but apparently with the 7th season, it's gotten like this big resurgence in like popularity. I think because the movie was released and
What? You're next.
yeah, You're Next was also because the movie was like also released, and it's gotten like a tremendous resurgence in like popularity. So it starts to make me wonder, dang, what is it that makes it so popular? But I mean, we've answered that question like earlier. The main reason why it's getting popular again, despite what we've said about the 7th season, is that it feels like there's a trajectory. And I think in the gap in between the Saikai arc and maybe biased on that arc, and like the stuff that's happening now, is that it was sort of like up in the air and what was gonna happen with the plot. It was like, wait, what's happening now? We're like chilling, but earlier we were like doing a lot of stuff worrying about how Deku's gonna get his quirk together without breaking his bones.
So, why is it so popular?
I think the main reason, like earlier on especially, was the development of like Deku's quirk, because the whole thing was he's got to make sure to get his quirk together so that he doesn't snap in half like a toothpick if he goes at 100%.
So it's the stakes.
Yeah, it's like
think
it's the stakes.
Okay.
And at the point when people's attention was starting to wane, it felt like they weren't really there anymore. And now the stakes are kind of back because the freaking world's at stake.
That's fair.
I think that might be it. I can't speak for millions of people, obviously, but
Yeah, I think one reason could be because everyone appreciates great art, of course. Another is because of the amount of characters. There's someone for everybody, you know, like in this case anyway, and how it's very freeing. Also, like many people just start making fan fictions in their head as they watch it. You know, they imagine like, what would I do if I was in this situation, stuff like that. But since there's so many characters, there's so many different arcs to choose from that you would like and stuff like that, it's very easy to imagine yourself in the role as these people, or just inserting yourself in this world. And a lot of people want to separate themselves from the real world, so they probably, you know, want to insert themselves in that and kind of just obsess themselves with these things because they don't want to think about their own lives.
if they could get isekai'd, basically.
If they could get isekai, because there are some people that are absolutely obsessed with this show.
We used to be obsessed with this show. We watched 2 episodes
No.
a night.
Not
Not
that kind
like
of
that.
obsessed.
Wait, how obsessed are we talking?
Obsessed with this show, like memorizing lines and lines of dialogue, going to anime conventions dressed up like Deku, or like with the folk on coloring their hair and
Wow.
stuff like that, and putting freckles on there, you know. But like hordes of people going to these conventions, you know, and quoting the lines at each other and just being cringy but having fun, and you know, stuff like that.
I'd make fun of them, but we do the same thing with Attack on Titan and stuff all the time. So
Yeah.
And
We've never dressed as an Attack on Titan characters.
no.
We
No.
never got-
I mean,
and we never got
granted,
conventions.
We've never gone to any
I mean,
conventions.
if I'm being honest, granted, if someone gave me a Survey Corps outfit that was my size, I would wear it.
Same.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're not monsters.
Yeah, we're not savages.
But there's a lot of people in the community, and I think a lot of people just want to feel like they're a part of something. So I think that might be a large reason for it.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
that's a profound way to end it.
That's
You
really
think
good.
so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I was going to say something about how the distinctive character designs in My Hero Academia and people liking that, liking how eye-catchingly distinctive each character is. You know you've done a good job with a character design when you just show the character's silhouette and you can tell exactly who they are in the first couple of seconds.
Yeah, exactly. How about you?
I think you guys kind of you guys did a great job. I don't really have anything to add.
That's okay.
I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination of everything you guys have just talked about. So
Hopefully, I can add something.
great. So
Okay, Zip, close us out.
All right,
Let's go, Zip.
close out.
Do it. It's all on you.
I'm a Go beyond.
Go beyond.
Well, in my opinion, I think it's basically the same thing that we've just been talking about. How, you know, it's very unique in the sense that the quirks is like I think the word you use is freeing. Basically, like there's a lot. Even though I have my own opinions about it, there's so many characters. It seems like such a big world.
And
there's so many quirks. And
The possibilities are literally endless with the superpowers.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do like freaking anything.
And on that same note, whenever we talk about this, there's usually a specific character we talk about. Like I think we talked about All Might for like 20 minutes earlier.
Oh,
and
shoot, you're
it's
right,
the fact I think the fact that we like the series, but I could definitely say we love these characters.
Yeah, the plot could do us.
The plot could do some work.
I love the
Execution
world, too.
but the world's great.
I love the world.
The plot could do its work. The execution has a lot to be desired, but we love the world and we love the characters, and that's why we keep coming back, and that's why we haven't actually given up on it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Yeah.
Because, like, the plot that's set, that's done. You know, like we can't do we can do things about it, but not officially.
Yeah.
But the characters are still so much ways that they can grow.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
know, and we feel like based on the vibes and the vibe of them and what we know about them, we can say, hey, why don't they do this, or why can't this happen? That kind of thing,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we know these characters so well.
Of course, we were ragging on Horikoshi a lot. I'll say this much: he's quite good at making distinctive,
Memorable,
eye-catching
distinctive
characters
characters.
that are
Oh, yeah.
memorable from each other. Yeah,
Like I commend him on that. That it's hard for some people to do.
It is hard. That is hard to do.
Freaking hard.
Yeah,
and
the
the
use of-
man can draw.
Oh,
He
jeez,
is a fantastic artist.
Like,
it is so
yeah,
good.
how do you
What the
see that?
heck?
It's obvious that how hard he's worked at that, and it's paying off.
Have you
Yeah.
seen his Twitter sketches?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's insanely talented, and he's using it.
And one thing that I do appreciate, is that he said that, but from reading one of the mangas, he said he can't believe that his work is so popular and that so many people like it, and that not only is he drawing, but he's drawing stuff that he likes, stuff that he wants to draw, and people are liking it. So
Good for him.
he feels really good about it, and he's going to
respect
keep this
that.
going for as long as he could. And while I have my issues with the guy, I really appreciate.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's found something that he loves doing, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad
too.
that my
I'm happy
game is
he's able
going
to-
well for him.
I'm happy
I
he
had
gets
some, I had some issues. There definitely could have been more to be desired, but I'm glad that he feels happy
I'm
and
happy-
satisfied with his work.
I'm
And
happy
I
he's
hope he's
getting-
satisfied with his work
He
because,
seems like
I'm happy he's getting rest.
I'd be
That took
surprised
a lot
if
of
he
work.
isn't. You know,
yeah.
it's like one of those things. It's like, you know, you should be proud.
Yeah, he should be proud of what he's done.
Yeah, he's also probably like swimming in cash.
Yeah,
so,
that dude is
He
freaking
must be.
rich. He's richer than you, probably. He probably,
Yeah, he's got Horikoshi's got money.
He probably got some of those. He probably got some of those robots or something like that they made. You know, the Skynet robots that Terminator references.
And you know what? He deserves it.
Yeah,
good
you know,
for him.
yeah, well done. I'm scared of what he'll do with them, but well done.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered everything. You guys,
Yeah.
how do you guys feel?
How are we gonna end the video
feel good.
or podcast? Audio thing?
We could go beyond again.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Should we say it at the same time?
Yeah, sure. Let's put on the cringe.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Thank you
Yeah,
for your
yeah,
great
yeah.
work today. You guys, we just did a really good job.
I didn't know what to
I
say.
was just thinking about doing
That was
that.
good.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start. We're gonna go beyond, then
Plus-
do.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go beyond plus ultra. Okay,
Thank you for your great work today.
that was
That
really
was
good.
really good.
That was really good.
He beat me to the Nebraska Smash.
Okay.
Okay,
We're gonna go beyond.
plus ultra.
So we're so
Ah,
cool.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cringe.
The coolest.
All right,
The
see you guys
coolest.
later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Man, that was such a fun pod, wasn't it? Didn't the ending make you feel satisfied and content? Maybe even a touch wistful and happily contemplative? Well, get ready to feel close to none of those things, because next week we're doing Naoki Urasawa's Monster, about a talented, tortured young doctor saving the life of a boy who grows up to be an absurdly pretty serial killer. If you want to see more content like this, do the thing. Drop a like and comment below if you have any ideas of what we could cover in the future. Okay, that's all I've got, so God bless and see you next week. Bye.